audio adventures of The Call of Cthulhu. Hello, my brave listeners, I'm the narrator, and if you'll lend me your ears, we'll enter the world of Lovecraft. Let's listen. There are places on Earth where maps grow uncertain, places where compasses spin, places where the sea seems older than time itself. Blackwater Bay was one such place. The fishing village sat alone on a rocky stretch of coast, hidden behind cliffs and wrapped in nearly constant fog. Few visitors came there, and fewer stayed. The villagers preferred it that way. For generations they had lived beside the restless ocean, casting nets into dark waters and returning with catches no one could quite identify. The fish were always strange. Too many eyes, too many fins, too many teeth. Yet the villagers never spoke about it. They simply looked away, as if they feared something listening beneath the waves. In the autumn of 1932, a young marine biologist named Evelyn Mercer arrived in Blackwater Bay. She had come to investigate reports of unusual sea life. At first, she thought the stories were exaggerated. Superstitions, fishermen's tales, the sort of nonsense that always appeared in isolated communities. Then she met the villagers. No one smiled, no one welcomed her, and everyone seemed terrified whenever the ocean was mentioned. The old innkeeper finally spoke. "You're here about the lights, aren't you?" Evelyn frowned. "What lights?" The innkeeper immediately regretted asking. His face turned pale. "Forget I said anything." But Evelyn did not forget. The next evening she walked to the harbor. Fog drifted across the water like ghostly curtains. The sea was unnaturally calm. Then she saw them. Deep beneath the surface, blue lights, hundreds of them, moving slowly through the darkness. Far too large to belong to fish, far too many to belong to anything known. The lights drifted together, forming patterns, symbols, shapes that seemed almost like writing. Evelyn stared in amazement. Then every light vanished simultaneously. The bay became dark once more. That night she dreamed. She stood upon a black shoreline beneath unfamiliar stars. The moon was enormous. The ocean stretched forever. Something moved beneath the waves. Something vast. Its shape could not be understood. Every time she tried to focus on it, her mind slid away, as though reality itself refused to describe what she was seeing. Then a voice spoke. Not aloud. Inside her thoughts. Ancient. Distant. Hungry. The door is opening. Evelyn awoke screaming. The following morning, she discovered strange markings carved into the cliffs outside town. Spirals. Circles. Interlocking symbols. Some appeared ancient. Others looked freshly carved. When she showed sketches to the villagers, several became visibly frightened. One elderly fisherman crossed himself. Another walked away without speaking. Finally, a woman whispered, "They're waking it." "Who?" The woman shook her head. "The Tide Keepers." Over the next week, Evelyn learned fragments of a terrible story. Long ago, sailors had encountered something far beyond the horizon. Not an island. Not a creature. Something else. A living structure. A city made from impossible geometry. Its towers bent in directions that should not exist. Its streets folded into themselves. Its walls appeared different every time they were viewed. The sailors returned, changed. They spoke of a sleeping intelligence buried beneath the ocean floor. An intelligence older than humanity. Older than life itself. Some became obsessed. They formed a secret society. The Tide Keepers. And they devoted themselves to awakening whatever slept below. Evelyn dismissed the tale as folklore. At least she tried to. Until she found the journal. Hidden beneath loose floorboards in the abandoned lighthouse. The book belonged to a former lighthouse keeper named Samuel Graves. The entries began normally. Weather observations. Ship movements. Daily routines. Then they changed. October 4th. The lights returned. I heard singing beneath the water. October 9th. The stars appear wrong. 3 constellations have shifted position. No one else notices. October 17th. I saw the city. God forgive me. After that, the handwriting became frantic. Words sprawled across pages. Sentences ended abruptly. Several pages contained only one repeated phrase. The sea is dreaming. Again and again. Dozens of times. The sea is dreaming. On the final page was a map. And a warning. Do not go beyond the red buoy. Naturally, Evelyn went. The next morning, she borrowed a small fishing boat and sailed into the fog. The villagers watched silently from shore. None attempted to stop her. Perhaps they knew it already too late. The red buoy appeared shortly after noon. Rust covered its surface. Strange symbols had been scratched into the metal. Beyond it, the ocean changed. The water became perfectly still. Not calm. Still. Like glass. Even the wind seemed absent. The world felt muted. As though she had crossed an invisible boundary. Then her instruments failed. The compass spun wildly. The radio emitted only static. The engine sputtered and died. The boat drifted, and beneath the water, something moved. A shadow, larger than any whale, larger than any ship, larger than anything that should exist. The shadow circled slowly beneath her vessel. One enormous eye opened deep below, glowing blue, watching, waiting. Evelyn froze. The eye alone was bigger than her boat. Yet somehow she sensed it was merely part of something vastly larger. A tiny fragment. Like seeing a single scale from an unimaginable beast. Then the water began to rise. At first, she thought it was a wave. But waves move. This did not. The ocean itself lifted upward. Stone emerged from beneath the sea. Black towers. Jagged spires. Impossible architecture. An entire city rising from the depths. The city should not have existed. Angles twisted into impossible forms. Buildings intersected themselves. Doorways opened onto empty sky. Looking directly at the structures caused headaches. Looking away caused worse ones. Reality seemed uncertain there. Fragile. Then she heard singing. Thousands of voices. The Tide Keepers. Standing atop the ancient ruins. Chanting in unison. Calling to something below. The sea answered. The city trembled. Massive cracks spread through stone streets. An opening appeared in the center of the ruins. A hole descending into infinite darkness. And from that darkness, something emerged. No language could describe it. Not because it was ugly. Not because it was monstrous. Because it was fundamentally wrong. Its shape changed constantly. Tentacles became wings. Wings became eyes. Eyes became entire landscapes. Looking at it felt like remembering a nightmare you never experienced. The Tide Keepers fell to their knees. Some laughed. Some wept. Some screamed. Yet all continued chanting. They believed they were awakening a god. But Evelyn sensed the truth. The thing did not know they existed. Humanity was beneath its notice. Like insects beneath a mountain, the creature rose higher. Stars vanished behind its silhouette. The sky darkened, and the voice returned. Inside her mind, ancient, endless, cold. The dream concludes. Suddenly, Evelyn understood. The creature had not been sleeping. Human reality itself was the dream. A brief illusion. A fragile layer covering something far older. And now, the dream was ending. The ocean boiled. The city shattered. The tidekeepers vanished into spiraling darkness. The creature unfolded further. Entire constellations disappeared behind impossible limbs. Space itself seemed to bend around it. Then, something unexpected happened. The lighthouse. Far behind her on the coast. Its beam ignited. A brilliant white light pierced the storm, sweeping across sea and sky, across the city, across the creature. For a moment, everything stopped. The voice fell silent. The stars reappeared. The impossible city began sinking. Stone vanished beneath waves. Darkness retreated. And the enormous presence withdrew. Slowly, reluctantly, back into the abyss. The ocean collapsed inward. The sea became water again. The sky became sky. Reality reassembled itself. When rescuers found Evelyn 2 days later, she was drifting alone. The city was gone. The tidekeepers were gone. The shadow beneath the sea had vanished. Only the lighthouse remained, silent, watching. Years later, experts examined her notes. Most dismissed them as hallucinations. Stress, isolation, delusion. The usual explanations. Yet some details proved difficult to ignore. The strange symbols. The missing villagers. The unexplained radio recordings. And one final mystery. The lighthouse had been abandoned for 30 years. No electricity. No caretaker. No functioning lamp. Yet on the night, Blackwater Bay nearly vanished. Someone, or something, had turned the light on. To this day, the village remains. Small, quiet, forgotten. But fishermen still report blue lights moving beneath the waves. And sometimes, during heavy fog, people hear distant singing from far beyond the harbor. A song carried across ancient waters. A song waiting for the right ears. Waiting for the dream to weaken. Waiting for the door to open once more. If you ever find yourself near Blackwater Bay, and if the ocean seems unusually still, do not follow the lights. Do not answer the singing. And whatever you do not sail beyond the red buoy. The end. Audio Adventures at the Mountains of Madness, the Evelyn Mercer Expedition. Prologue, the last voyage of Blackwater Bay. My name is Evelyn Mercer. There was a time when I believed every mystery had an answer. As a marine biologist, I studied deep ocean ecosystems and searched for undiscovered species hidden beneath Earth's darkest waters. Later, after leaving academia, I became what some called a cryptobiologist, a scientist willing to investigate legends where others saw only superstition. That belief changed forever at Blackwater Bay. 3 years ago, I encountered something no human mind was meant to witness. An ancient being sleeping beneath the ocean, a city of impossible geometry, a cult known as the Tidekeepers, and a glimpse of a cosmic horror older than civilization itself. The world knew nothing of it. Governments buried evidence. Witnesses vanished. The few survivors learned to remain silent, including me. Or at least, I tried. Until the letter arrived. Chapter 1. The Antarctic Invitation. The envelope bore no return address. Inside was a single photograph. An Antarctic mountain range. Jagged black peaks rising from endless white snow. Scrawled on the back were 7 words. They found the city beneath the ice. My hands trembled. There was only one person who would send such a message. Professor Henry Arkwright. Explorer. Geologist. And one of the few people who believed my account of Blackwater Bay. A second sheet contained coordinates. Eastern Antarctica. Near a mountain chain never officially mapped. At the bottom, come alone. Humanity deserves to know the truth. 2 weeks later, I boarded an icebreaker vessel crossing the Southern Ocean. The crew consisted of scientists, climbers, engineers, and military veterans. None knew why I had truly come. Officially, we were investigating unusual geological readings. Unofficially, we were hunting secrets buried for millions of years. Chapter 2. The Mountains. 5 days later, we saw them. The Mountains of Madness. Their peaks stretched impossibly high. Higher than the Himalayas. Higher than any mountain range on Earth. Dark stone erupted through glaciers like the teeth of a sleeping god. No satellite image had ever shown them accurately. No map reflected their true scale. As our aircraft approached, strange distortions shimmered in the air. Compasses spun. GPS signals failed. Even radio transmissions crackled with static. Something was wrong with the mountains. Not geologically. Fundamentally. Reality itself seemed thinner there. Professor Arkwright greeted me at the landing zone. His face had aged dramatically. Deep circles hung beneath bloodshot eyes. "Evelyn," he whispered, "you shouldn't have come." "Then why invite me?" He hesitated, then pointed toward the mountains. "Because they know you're here." A cold sensation crawled across my spine. "Who?" His answer was simple. "The Builders." Chapter 3. Beneath the Ice. 3 days into the expedition, we discovered the first structure. A black stone tower protruding from a glacier. Its architecture was unlike anything human. Angles bent incorrectly. Lines curved where geometry said they should remain straight. Looking directly at it caused headaches. Photographing it produced distorted images. Yet it was undeniably real. Ancient. Alien. Impossible. We entered through a fractured doorway. Inside stretched corridors large enough for whales. Walls were covered with carvings. I examined them closely. The images depicted stars, galaxies, Creatures descending from space. Not humans. Not animals. Something else. Tall beings with barrel-shaped bodies. Wing-like appendages. 5-pointed heads. Professor Arkwright stared silently. I know them. I looked up. You do? They appear in forbidden manuscripts. His voice trembled. The Elder Things. The name felt wrong. Ancient. Heavy. As though speaking, it awakened something sleeping nearby. Chapter 4. The City. The tower led downward. Far downward. Miles beneath the glacier. Until suddenly, the ice ended. And we saw it. The city. An entire civilization hidden beneath Antarctica. Countless towers stretched into darkness. Bridges connected impossible structures. Vast avenues crossed alien plazas. The city was larger than New York. Larger than London. Perhaps larger than any human city ever built. And it had existed millions of years before humanity evolved. Nobody spoke. Nobody could. The sheer scale overwhelmed comprehension. Every theory about Earth's history collapsed instantly. We were not the first intelligent species. Not even close. Then we heard movement. Something echoed through distant corridors. Wet. Slithering. Alive. Chapter 5. The Survivor. That night, one of our researchers disappeared. No footprints. No struggle. No explanation. Only blood. The next morning, another vanished. Then, another. Panic spread through camp. Weapons appeared. Scientists became frightened animals. Something hunted us. Something intelligent. I volunteered to investigate. 3 soldiers accompanied me. We followed strange tracks through abandoned tunnels. The trail led to an enormous chamber. At its center stood a translucent pod. Inside floated a creature. An elder thing. Perfectly preserved. Millions of years old. Yet somehow alive. Suddenly its eye opened. The pod shattered. And the creature emerged. Chapter 6. The Ancient One. It stood nearly 10 feet tall. Its body resembled a grotesque fusion of starfish, squid, plant, and insect. No earthly biology could explain it. Yet the scientist within me remained fascinated, even terrified. The creature studied us, not with hostility, with curiosity, like a human examining insects. Then it spoke, not verbally, directly into our minds. Images flooded my consciousness. Ancient oceans, alien worlds, galactic migrations, civilizations rising and falling. The Elder Things had arrived on Earth before multicellular life existed. They shaped ecosystems, engineered species, built empires. Then came war. Another race appeared. Dark shapes, shapeless horrors, living nightmares. The conflict shattered worlds, destroyed civilizations, forced survivors underground, beneath Antarctica, beneath the sea, beneath reality itself. I recognized one image instantly. A sunken city, cyclopean towers, green-black water, Raye, the resting place of Cthulhu. The Elder Thing knew exactly who I was. Chapter 7. The Warning. The creature revealed why we had been summoned. Something was awakening. Not Cthulhu. Something worse. Far older. Far hungrier. Deep beneath Antarctica existed a prison. A dimensional barrier. The final containment vault of an entity called the Nameless Dreamer. An intelligence older than stars. A cosmic predator. The mountains themselves formed part of the prison. The city served as a lock. The Elder Things remained as wardens. And the prison was failing. Earthquakes, climate shifts, human drilling operations, all had weakened ancient seals. The dreamer stirred. Its thoughts leaked into reality, causing madness, cults, nightmares, disappearances, including the Tide Keepers. My heart sank. The cult from Blackwater Bay had not been destroyed. They had merely moved to Antarctica. Chapter 8. The Tide Keepers return. We found them 2 days later. Hundreds gathered within a colossal cathedral of black stone. Their robes whipped in freezing winds. Their leader stood upon an elevated platform. I recognized him instantly. Isaac Voss. The prophet I believed dead. The man who had nearly awakened Cthulhu. His smile widened. Evelyn Mercer. My blood froze. We have waited for you. Behind him stood a glowing portal. A tear in reality. Through it emerged impossible shapes. Tentacles. Eyes. Stars. Darkness. The prison had begun to open. Chapter 9. The Descent. A battle erupted. Gunfire echoed across ancient halls. Cultists attacked. Explosions shattered alien architecture. The portal widened. Reality twisted. People transformed. Bodies stretched unnaturally. Minds collapsed. Some laughed. Some screamed. Some simply vanished. Professor Arkwright sacrificed himself to destroy a power conduit, sustaining the cult's machinery. His final words remained with me. Knowledge without wisdom destroys worlds. Then he was gone, consumed by collapsing structures. Chapter 10. The Dreamer. The portal expanded into a cosmic abyss, and something looked back. No language can truly describe it. No human imagination can encompass it. The Dreamer was not a creature, not a god, not a living thing. It was an idea, a consciousness, a force, an intelligence spread across dimensions. Simply observing it threatened sanity. I felt memories unraveling, identity dissolving, reality losing meaning. Then another presence appeared, a familiar one, ancient, sleeping, immense. Cthulhu. Even the great dreamer of Rillia feared what approached. Chapter 11. The Final Seal. The Elder Thing revealed a final option. Someone had to activate the ancient seal manually. Someone had to remain behind. I volunteered. Of course I did. Who else could? The machinery responded to my touch. Alien symbols illuminated. The city awakened. Energy surged through forgotten systems. Mountains trembled. Ice cracked. The entire continent shook. The portal began closing. Slowly. Painfully. The dreamer resisted. Its voice filled existence. And for one horrifying moment, it noticed me. Not humanity. Not Earth. Me. Evelyn Mercer. The attention of a cosmic entity fell upon a single human mind. I understood then why madness claimed so many explorers. Some truths are too large for human consciousness. Chapter 12. Escape from the city. The seal activated. The portal collapsed. The dreamer vanished. The city began falling apart. Ancient structures crumbled. Millions of years of history disappeared beneath avalanches of ice. I ran. Faster than ever before. Through collapsing corridors. Across breaking bridges. Past screaming winds. An evacuation aircraft waited above. Its engines roared. The pilot shouted for me to jump. I leaped. And the ancient city vanished beneath a collapsing glacier. Gone. Perhaps forever. Epilogue. The Journal. 6 months later. Portland. Rain tapped softly against my apartment window. The world continued normally. People worked. Traveled. Fell in love. Complained about traffic. Never realizing how close existence had come to ending. The official report called the expedition a geological disaster. Nothing more. The truth remained classified. Hidden. Buried. Yet some nights, I still dream. I see impossible cities, ancient stars, sleeping gods, endless black oceans, and sometimes I hear distant whispers. Not from Cthulhu, not from the elder things. Something deeper. Something beyond the mountains. Beyond Earth. Beyond reality itself. Waiting. Dreaming. Remembering. My name is Evelyn Mercer. Marine biologist. Cryptobiologist. Explorer. survivor. And if these recordings are ever discovered after my disappearance, know this. Humanity is not alone. It never was. The universe is older, stranger, and darker than we can imagine. And somewhere beneath forgotten ice, something is still dreaming. Until the next adventure, see you soon.